Hello, I'm Charles. I'm the dairy manager at the Ethical Dairy in Southwest Scotland. So the Ethical Dairy is a cow and calf system that's been operating now fully since 2017. We have 120 cows which all suckle their calves for a period of 5 to 6 months before we wean the calves and then milk the cows in a more traditional way twice a day. And that's for every calf, from a heifer or a bull calf. Everybody is treated in the same way.
From your experience, what do you think are the main benefits of cow-calf contact dairy farming that you've seen?
So many. For us, the cow and calf system works extremely well in that the cow and calf have a more natural lifestyle. The whole community effect of the herd living together. We have a teaser bull that we run with the herd and for fertility, but just generating that whole herd experience for the cows and the calves. The calves mature quickly because they learn from mum so much of their feeding habits, where to find water, and they just thrive in that environment of being together. They soon become close with their peers and find that mum is there just as the milk machine. A little gang of teenagers is a very exciting place to live. So it gives us a lot of joy as well. We have more time for ourselves, more time to satisfy the needs of the cows, and more time to just monitor what's happening and see that everyone is happy.
What key barriers did you overcome to transition to ethical dairy farming? And how can TDN support other farmers in addressing these?
We started this journey back in 2012, and a fairly major bump in the road was learning all the problems of how to get increased milk letdown from cows with calves at foot, and disease prevention as well. We had periods where we struggled with crypto in the calves. We had periods where we struggled with pneumonia. So these have all been things that we've had to challenges that we've had to take on and to find solutions for. And now we've got a fixed protocol, and we've been operating now for 8 years fully. We're committed to a cow and calf system. This is how we will farm in the future, and the protocols that we've put alongside that have made that whole journey much easier. Now we know how to deal with things, at what time scale we need to be looking at, and getting the first 24 hours and the first 2 hours of that calf's journey right is the most important thing. I see my job as the herdsman. I spend much more time with my focus on the cow, ensuring that she is capable of looking after herself and in good fitness with good mobility. From those things come good health and good fertility, and that drives the system. If she is 100% in herself, she can give 100% to her calf. She's the best mother that there will be. She knows that job far better than I do. So allowing her to achieve that is my priority.
What are the critical factors for making cow-calf contact ethically rewarding and economically viable for other dairy farms?
So the system for us had to be something that we were comfortable in ourselves in operating, and reducing stress along the whole journey. That's where the comfort for the cow comes from. The calf will thrive in a stress-free environment, and it has to be stress-free for me as well. I've worked in much bigger dairies and suffered myself with the mental health outcomes of that kind of environment. So we all had to be comfortable with it, and I think by having a stress-free environment, the cows are capable of thriving in that environment. So we are a pasture-based system. We are achieving yields that from cows that are suckling that are comparable to cow farms that are pasture-based and not doing the cow and calf system. And that is purely down to the whole ethical nature of the business. It's land management as well as animal management and people management. The three have to work in some kind of symbiosis for it to thrive. The economics of it, well, we actually increased our cow numbers by 1/3 to cover the cost of the loss of milk, but we have to see it in a way that it's like making cheese. We're allowing something to mature over time, and we're investing that milk it's not a loss, it's a net gain somewhere else. And that beef animal at the end of the day that we've reared from the dam is 1/3 of our economic production and the model of the farm. So we're just investing it somewhere else. The changing the mindset from milk in the tank to milk somewhere else is probably the hardest thing that you have to get through to make this system work.
As one of the few larger commercial farms practicing cow-calf contact, what are your biggest learnings from managing this system daily?
Huge benefits for me. Huge benefits. I'm a first generation entrant to farming, so I suppose I had a vision of what a farm is and how that was managed. And I found that when I was originally with David at the farm, and I started my whole farming journey. I then needed to upskill myself, which is why I left and went to a more commercial setup. But that wasn't where it didn't sit comfortably with me, and in what were the demands we were putting on the cow, how we were being almost forced to manage them with the use of antibiotics, and we were always fighting fires rather than actually giving a productive area to work. It was very demanding. It was very demanding on my family, and they were very young at the time, and I was spending very little time with them. I think all those combination of things were the burden on me that caused stress and depression, and to the point, really, I think the hours that you have to put in a big unit as well were excessive. So I just burned out, really, after 4 years, and now I see my children throughout the day. They are able to come and join me on the farm to incorporate themselves into the life of the farm, to help, and they love doing that. And we have a very happy life, and it's. That's important. That's more important than anything.